A lot of the practice that we do is spent without firing live rounds. Learning the basics and the fundamentals, you can work them in just a few minutes of practice while you're shooting, say, regular groups or breaking in a barrel or doing something along those lines.
So let's get right to it.
We are MDT. We design, test, and create precision rifle chassis and accessories to help you shoot better.
A great drill for learning to spot your own shots and make very good corrections is what we call the reverse drill, the reverse solution drill. I'm gonna move his turret in a couple of different directions until I'm within a safe, reasonable distance of the target that he's shooting. And once I know he's on target, he doesn't need to look. Shooter, go ahead and engage the target.
Okay, come up 1 mil.
And now he's at 10, and we look on his turret, and he said he needed 4. We're back to the same.
That's fun too.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. It's good, easy to do with a buddy. If you want to do this yourself, it's actually quite easy. You simply take a piece of masking tape and flare it out around here so you can read your turret when you're being safe, but then get behind it, spin it. Enough times, you'll lose track of where you are. Just make sure you're in a safe place with a tall enough berm to soak up the amount of air. Never go anything approaching a full rev. Just do it in a place that's safe for the target distance you're shooting.
Alternatively, what I like to do is show up to the range with my 22 and leave my turret on 0 and try to shoot all the targets. And you're gonna miss targets, but you gotta read where you miss and then make corrections. And it helps you with holdovers, it helps you with spotting, it helps you with making corrections. You're also gonna wanna practice mag changes. Some stages require more than 10 or more than 12 rounds. So we're gonna practice mag changes from the prone position. What you'll notice is Francis has got his mag staged. I highly recommend this. If you're starting in the prone position, have your extra mag staged right next to you in case you do have a malfunction, or if that stage is more than 12 rounds or 10 rounds and you actually need an extra mag. Let's run it.
Yep, so my mag is staged as a fall away. So as soon as I press my detent, it immediately falls out. Slide it over, up into position, next round.
And then do it for yourself and find out which side you like to stage your mag on. Next thing we're gonna try is grabbing your mag from your mag pouch on your belt.
In a kneeling position, we want to also check whether our mags go in and out easily and practice that same mechanic we practice prone, but from a position. Notice he's staying on the gun the entire time he's doing that. He wasn't looking back for a mag. He was on the gun, keeping visual alignment with the target while able to make a change, feel for his mag carrier, align it properly, place it, and then swap. So another great drill to practice while you're at home on your own range, learning to manage your reticle and using holdovers at certain points when it makes sense for the target you're shooting. So Chad has a target card that he's driving and shooting 100, 200, 300, 400, and 500 yards. Then he'll reverse it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we'll come back and do it again and do 1, 5, 3, 4, 2. So that you get used to moving in different areas of your reticle at different times. This is a great way to couple several factors of practice in, from target acquisition to body movement while prone, and even your reticle and non-dominant eye usage if you were to do this support side. So another drill we do, again, a lot of these things are simply done on paper at 100 yards. Steel is okay, but we really prefer to do them on paper so we understand how each of the drills we're doing affects our performance in the real world. So Chad's gonna break 2 shots, one here from the low position kneeling and another one here from the tripod rear as well kneeling. And you're gonna focus on a few things as he does it, which we'll talk through. So Chad, stand by, engage. Places his bag. He's gonna set his tripod down and find his target with the rifle. Once he's aligned, he's pulling the tripod in after he hooks his arm around. So by pinching the buttstock to the tripod, he's able to create a stable rear support position that helps his rifle maintain more stability if either there's a lot of wind or the prop is very wobbly. Now he's gonna transition this way, and in this position, he's gotta find whether it's a high kneeling or a standing, and he may go both ways to see which way works best for him in this position, and just make sure he's got a good grasp on how this position and his tripod and his body feel using a tripod rear support. Again, the key is to do this smoothly and slowly at first, and you will slowly get faster These drills are very easy to perform with no ammo, and they save you a lot of points in matches.
And the other thing you notice is I'm not using a plate bag. I just want to show people that you don't necessarily have to have a bag attached to your rifle yet. It is a little bit more difficult to manipulate all three, but it is possible. So I don't want you to feel intimidated and not try it if you don't have it. So I'm practicing it without today. The other thing that you got to worry about with tripods is if you have panning.
We're going to take 2 quick shots from the same position, panning to the right 100 yard and to the left 500 yard berm. It'll show the different techniques that you have to use when moving your tripod and what to avoid. So we're going to shoot right, left, right.
Correct.
Stand by, engage. So again, he places with intent, pulls the tripod in, hooks his right arm around, and then ties in with his left hand, his support hand, into the tripod, tying the buttstock and tripod together. He's breaking a shot. Now to pan over, he's got to move the tripod far enough away that he can pull it back in. So we want to go further than we need to by lifting and pushing away so that he can get to the correct spot, break a clean shot. Now he's going to pan back and slide the tripod in. Again, as he groups around, he's going to pull it tight and break another good shot. So you could do the same thing even at 100 yards with a fixed target. You would simply start with a target in one place and start with your gun in one position, move to the next one, fire a shot. Push to the far side, so you're starting from the left, pull the tripod in, back to 100, fire a shot. And you just simulate the pans, but that's a very, very good drill to use to get very solid and comfortable manipulating a tripod, especially in and around tight areas.
All right, so the next thing we're going to train on is strong side, support side shooting. What we want to make sure in this scenario is that we have a smooth transition between swapping our hands, our eye, and our shoulder. You'll notice that when he transitions, he's keeping his hand on the bolt and trying to keep his rifle oriented towards the target so that when he gets back in the scope, he can still see the target. It's really important that you practice support side shooting. Number one, it's difficult, and some people have a difficulty with their non-dominant eye taking over. But number two, it can be a safety issue if you have poor trigger discipline when shooting from support side. Don't forget to transition your knees as well so that you can get your trigger hand and grip hand tied in with your knee if possible. Next thing we're going to work on is getting a good feel of how our point of impact might shift from different positions. You really want to shoot from all different types of positions and shoot on paper to make sure that you're building a good position at your natural point of aim. So we're going to do a prone position, a barricade position, a modified prone position, and another barricade positional type position. 4 shots on paper right now. When you're doing drills like this, make sure you're focused on the fundamentals. There's no use rushing through these drills. I know Francis is a fast shooter, but take whatever time you need, because what you're really trying to evaluate is how your point of impact may shift based on your body's position and your rifle stability.
Do this drill 5 times with 4 to 5 rounds each, or 4 to 5 positions. Always use the same aim point. You'll see a larger group forming up. That group is your real net shooter performance and system performance.
Yeah.
That difference may be from, say, quarter to half-minute groups on your best groups. It may open up all the way to 1 MOA. That tells you that if you have a 1 MOA target, that is very near your real limit for all the positions, for all the shots done multiple times. Well, we went through a lot of drills there. And I know some of them may not seem like drills, but really a drill is simply a tool you use to refine a skill.
Yeah, and there's a lot of skills in precision rifle that people either haven't encountered yet, or they haven't trained, or they haven't polished. I mean, we've shot matches all over the country and we still train on these same skills.
Every week.
Yep. So get out there and have some fun.
Hey man, you know the drill. Own it every day.
Because the match has already started.